Hey traders, good afternoon. Edison here with the Edison Trading Collective coming at you at about 10 minutes after 5 on Tuesday, March 8th. Had a really fun day in the markets today. We found two really clean entries on Tesla short. Of course, it was my bias today. I had put out a tweet early in pre-market saying that I really thought the 807 level was going to come into play today, and so long as we could stay underneath it, I thought we could hunt at least 782 and then maybe down to 760. Well, I was 17 cents off. Low of the day was 782.17. So power charts, man, they can be really useful sometimes, and today was no different. Took a trade a bit out of the gates, and then a bit further on down the road. The second trade actually was of the cleanest setups I've seen all year. It was, in my opinion, darn near rock solid. There was only one thing that would keep it from being probably like a triple A plus setup, but nevertheless, it was about as solid as it gets, and it worked out as well. Kind of muffed the execution on that one. I meant to take three contracts, and I only had one contract in the trade desk, so I only ended up getting filled with one contract, but still ended up grabbing about a point and a quarter, a point and a half on that contract. So, hey, not going to cry over spilt milk. This week is not about making money. This week is about finding good entries, executing the best that I can, and building my confidence back up. As I've said over the last few days, my confidence has been shaken in 2022, having come off a really solid Q4 of 2021. Struggling right now a little bit, so trying to celebrate all the wins, trying to be the best trader I can be. And you know what? Size and P&L will follow. If you can solve for risk mitigation, finding the cleanest entries, making the most out of your trades, the sky's the limit, right? I mean, the money follows. It just simply follows. So anyway, super stoked today. It's a happy hour recap. I'm that happy about today's trades and can't wait to get back at it tomorrow. So let's talk about the trades real quick. Let's get into it. All right. So first trade today, I missed this 1 minute break of the first 1 minute. I don't know that I would have taken it. I generally try, especially this year, I've been trying not to get in to the market inside the first 2 or 3 minutes. I like to let it shake out a little bit. But I think probably that's something I would have taken, and it definitely would have worked out. But I didn't. Instead, my first entry today was on the 839 candle. As you see here, Tesla finds this bottom at 782, and that's a pretty key level on the daily, and it rips back up really quickly. And it immediately starts to sell off. And I said, okay, that's awesome. It's a great sign. That's what I wanted to see. And then it throws in this kind of smaller decision candle. And as this is coming down, I get short in the anticipation it's going to break this 838 candle. Well, it ends up popping back up and then starts to form this wick on the 839 candle. And I actually added into the trade at that point, got a little bit better average. I generally don't average into trades unless they're already green. And that's not really averaging in, that's simply adding to a winner. I generally don't average into trades. However, this particular trade I felt really good about. The SPY was selling off. It was under the cloud. It was under the 807 level that we had talked about earlier in pre-market. And so I felt okay about it. And I wasn't going to let the thing get away from me. So if it went right back up, I was just going to get out. So it didn't really matter. And then I went ahead and sold the bulk of it here on the 840 candle, held a couple. I had 6 contracts in total. I think I held 2 and hoping that I was going to hunt lows with the last 2. Sold one of those out on the 841 candle and the other one on the 842 candle when it couldn't break down to new lows. So I did want to try to hold on to a piece as we let the trade work for us. Really clean setup. And it just didn't work. In fact, we found the low of the day inside the first few minutes of market open as it happened. So, but yeah, that was cool. It was a great trade. I'm totally happy with it. It didn't yield what I thought it was going to yield, but it was still, well within risk parameters. The sizing was fair. I think the ad was good. There's some logic behind the ad, and I, made 600 bucks, $610, something like that. So fast forward to the second trade. I think it was absolutely amazing, and I think the 5 minute shows a better picture. I was really looking at about this level here, about the 801 level. It was continually coming back and bouncing off of that, throwing up all these huge wicks. And the 5 minute is super compelling, as you can see here. Look at all these wicks. So if you look at there, the 850, the 855, the 9 o'clock candle, the first 5 minute candle to make a new low after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green candles in a row, 5 green 5 minute candles in a row. The last 3 with huge upper wicks told me that this thing was going to sell off. How much? Well, I didn't know. I wasn't going to hunt lows with it, but I'm like, this is a great entry. I'm gonna get in and try to snag this one and scalp this move. And it threw in a really nice move. I mean, look at this. That was really clean. That's a 10-point candle there, and another few bucks on top of it in the next 5 minutes. So super clean setup in my opinion. I felt really comfortable with that. Unfortunately, as I said earlier in the video, I meant to take 3 contracts of that, but I took 1 instead, and so I only made $125 or something to that end, rather than maybe closer to $300 or $400 on that move. So hey, it doesn't matter. That was just a stupid mistake, and I didn't even care. It was my second trade. I just added a little bit more P&L to the day, and so I'm really super stoked. Thought I had a really good read on the market today. Things were aligned. We had cloud alignment, right? I mean, we had cloud alignment on the 1 minute. We had cloud alignment on the 5 minute. The market was selling off, and it just, in both instances here, it was great. I was super stoked about how the day went, and really looking forward to carrying momentum into this week and beyond. As I said in previous videos here recently, had a bad week last week, found myself in a bad spot. Got a little unlucky, but just found myself in a bad spot. Not going to push it this week. Going to continue to trade small size. Going to continue to try to execute as perfectly as I can, as consistently as I can, and looking to just build the confidence back. And you know what? Today, along with yesterday, not only did it get back all of my losses from last week in 2 days, that's just a great byproduct of simply just sticking to fundamentals, and being a disciplined trader like I know that I can be. I just sometimes lose my way and sometimes get unlucky, and of course it happens. But if you just focus on the fundamentals, those losing days or losing week can easily be overcome with going back to the fundamentals. So that is the name of the week. That is what we're going to strive to do. And we'll leave it at that. Any questions, comments, things you'd like to see in future videos, or things you'd like to ask me about that I said in previous videos, totally happy to engage, and really look forward to or rather growing this community with you. It's becoming a really important part of my life. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I sort of think this might be one of the best things a trader can do, is to air to the world all of your trading dirty laundry, because even though I've only done 9 or 10 videos or something to that end, this morning I said, hey Edison, is this really an entry you want to show your colleagues across the universe, right? And so it's fun. It's a fun exercise. I'm totally stoked to be doing it. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, let me know. I'd really like to hear it. And if you think it stinks, tell me that too, because maybe I can change something and provide a little bit more value to you. So with that said, you all have a great night. Can't wait to get back at it tomorrow morning, and looking forward to it. Take care. Be well.